I always thought that, and I mean this is the highest compliment, but this is a city of losers. Saudi princes don't go into the movie business and come here. Swiss royalty doesn't come here for the skiing. I don't know what it would be like to be in a town where you were handed things.
There is a sense of camaraderie with Cleveland sports fans. It's passed down through generation. My grandfather passed it down to my father, passed it down to me, passed it down to my kids.
Smith and Jones back in the Cavaliers lineup. Snyder with the basketball. 5 seconds. He drives. The Cavaliers win. Pandemonium is breaking loose.
People don't realize that back in the day, Cleveland was the city.
The Browns were like the Patriots at one point in the history of the NFL.
Jim Brown might still be the greatest football player of all time. Nobody could catch him.
The Indians win 111 games in 1954, for goodness sake.
Baseball champions of the world.
Not only in sports, Cleveland was a top 5 city in the U.S.
You had a river, you had railroads. American steel held up the sky.
He's got it at the 8, a touchdown for the Browns!
I don't think that Cleveland ever figured out the 70s.
The city of Cleveland is in trouble. Prepares to lay off 3,500 city employees.
The schools, like the city, are bankrupt.
If you look at the city's history and the sports teams, they're almost following the same graph. Last championship was in '64. By the 60s, Cleveland has problems.
If you can win a championship, you bring some of those manufacturing jobs back, or bring the school system back. It's not putting a man on the moon. It's going to be a lot harder than that.
Shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win!
Into center field, the Florida Marlins have won the World Series.
Everybody identifies Cleveland sports fans as losers.
Well, they got to come through sometime.
Ernest Miner fumbled the ball, and Denver has recovered. Oh, my!
I feel sad for our fans.
Cleveland Browns become the Baltimore Browns.
This city has been through so much. There's always hope.
The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
There's something about Ohio, there's a loyalty aspect to it. You know, there's always a belief that something good is going to happen.
Cleveland sports fans, what keeps you coming back?
Tradition, it was passed down from my dad, and hope. We don't have a choice, you know, it's in our heart.
This team and these players are all our family. And then one day, like members of your family who disappoint you, these guys will come through for us. And we will never give up on our team.
Alley-oop to James, and he throws it down.
There's a building boom going on in downtown Cleveland.
Business leaders in Midtown announcing plans to revitalize this area.
There is a new spirit in Cleveland.
That is the mentality of the city. You set out on a task, and you don't stop until you complete it.
The city has given me everything I have, my future, my family.
You're born into your team. You don't give up on it.
There's 3 ways to describe this city. There's the way everybody else views us.
Cleveland, Ohio, the mistake on the lake.
It hurts. It hurts, man.
There's who we want to be.
And this season of dreams has become a reality.
All we want is one championship.
And there's who we are. And it's who we are that will ultimately get us to where we want to be. The city of Cleveland sits on a river called the Cuyahoga. It takes approximately 100 miles for the river to go 30. It twists and it turns and it winds back on itself, and it doesn't seem to be in any kind of hurry to get to where it's going. Someday we're going to get to the end of that river.
He's going to dribble out the clock as the crowd begins to take their feet. They've waited 52 years for this moment. They've seen it all, suffered through it all together, and now the wait is over. As the clock hits 0, LeBron James has ended the drought. The Cleveland Cavaliers are your NBA champions. You can stop dreaming, Cleveland, because your time is here.
It's a city of second chances in a nation of second chances. Next year is going to be different.